right now we are live. Welcome you guys back to the show. We are live. It's crazy out here. 75 degrees. Don't get, it was pretty nuts today because people thought it was summertime out there. They were wearing like absolutely nothing out there, and it was weird because it was just 40 and now it's 75. So yeah, it was weird. It was a weird day today. Yeah. But welcome to the show, the Beyond Celebrity Show. I'm your host, Cesar. Got my boy Miguel. I got a special guest, Mr. Tony Tone. What's up, Tony?
What's up, guys?
So Tony.
What's going on?
So I know Tony for 12 years, something like that, around like 12 years.
Oh, no, since 07. It's been longer. It's like 14.
Wow. Yes. Good Lord. Yeah. So Tony.
Since you started working at
TMZ, right?
Since you started at TMZ. Yeah.
Wow. So I worked with TMZ for about a year and a half. I probably was one of the first videographers in New York. And yeah, Tony was my right-hand guy. I mean, information, Tony had it, in the car, finding celebrities, Tony been there, you know what I'm saying? Free food at Nello's, Tony was there.
Oh, yeah, Nello's, yes. Nello's.
Yeah. So Nello's was one of the biggest celebrity hotspots in New York City. And I put Nello's on because I used to have, when celebrities went in there, I videotaped them and I put them right on the show on TMZ. And Nello was like, yo, you can eat all the pasta you want for free. And Miguel, you missed that. You missed those days.
Damn, let's bring Nello's back.
But Nello's left and it was never the same. Miguel, I'm talking about a plate of pasta for like $100 and we got it for free.
Free. Eating there with celebrities.
Yo, billionaires. Like it'll be me, Tony, Joe, like Larry. Think about this. Like 5 paparazzis I invited and a billionaire right next to us just chilling, hanging out.
Hey, see.
You guys are not paying.
Hey, remember? Hey, remember we got invited to her birthday party, the Asian girl who makes the shoes.
The which one?
It's an Asian girl that makes the shoes.
Remember the Asian lady who? Yeah.
Oh
man, I'm forgetting her name now.
Vera Wang?
No, yeah, Vera Wang. Remember we went to her birthday party there?
Yes. So we were supposed to go. She had a birthday party in Nello's, and we were supposed to go, but I was so shy. Like I'm talking about these people. Think about Vera Wang, right? Vera Wang is one of the top fashion designers there is. Like she's one of the big ones. And then we go there with hoodies, sweatpants. And Nello, that's my guy. So Nello like, yo, Vera, this is my guy, Cesar, right? And Tony with me, like I had the whole gang there. And then he like, yo, come inside. You guys, we partying here. I'm like, yo, Nello, this is definitely not the time or the place for this. No, it was, man, those were the days. But what I want to do, I want to introduce the audience to you, Tony, because Tony's been around for a long time, and not only in the game, like paparazzi game, autographs, yeah, photos with, yeah, but he's been in the backgrounds of some serious movies, he's been in the business, in entertainment business for how long, Tony? Like 15 years?
Yeah. It started with, actually, the first thing I ever done on TV was Club MTV back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Wow.
We filmed that at the Palladium. Then I did Eddie Murphy's movie Boomerang, which was filmed in '91, and it came out in '92. Then that's when I went to college, got a scholarship, and I didn't come back until Will Smith's movie I Am Legend in '07, and I've been consistent since that point.
So besides those movies, give a rundown on some of the movies you've been around and in the industry. Give like your top 10 movies that you've been in.
Okay. So I did Men in Black 3. That was kind of a big part for me because I played one. Actually, the good story about that. I played one of the Mets players from 1969.
Wow.
And when they called me for that part, they told me I need to get there the next day. So I let my barber cut my hair so I can get ready to go up to Westchester. Guess what? The character I was playing, he was his real barber in real life.
No way.
Yes.
What?
He was his real barber. Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't. It's been so long. I forget the character.
That's all right. That's all right.
But he ended up. Yeah, he ended up not making it. He died in Manhattan.
Wow.
He had a heart attack in Manhattan back in the '90s. But yeah, I played that character, and we had the same barber.
Wow, that's crazy.
So,
that's crazy.
Yes. So Men in Black 3, Oblivion with Tom Cruise. Wow. Oh man, I can't think of the movie with Angelina Jolie.
So
yeah, yep.
I know, because I was filming you there, and I saw you there, but you couldn't say nothing to me. You was like, "You'll see," like you were kind of like, but you had your role, like you was like focused right on there.
Right.
I know.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Man, those were the top ones. And then I did a lot of TV shows. I was a regular on a Squad Room Detective on Law and Order for about 8 years.
Wow.
That one, that was kind of like when I first started there, they were only booking me to play thugs and, robbers and all that stuff. And I'm the one who steps up to the plate. And the other guy's like, "Hey, man, you better not say nothing. We just starting. You might get blacklisted." I said, "Man, bump that, man. I'm tired of, being stereotyped." So I went to one of the assistant producers. I said, "Hey, man, you guys have me come on the show pretty often, but you're only booking me for thugs and perps and stuff like that." I said, "I went to school for acting. That's not what I'm all about." And so he said, "Okay." He shook his head and he said, "Next time they book you, let me know." So they booked me, and he said, "Next time this guy comes on," he told the casting agency, "next time this guy comes on, only book him to either play a detective or a doctor or something. We're not going to book him for thug roles."
Wow.
And man, I never played a thug role after that again. I was always a Squad Room Detective from that point on.
That's amazing.
I mean, not all the time it works for you. If you're starting off in the business, they don't know you. Sometimes they'll kick you out of there, but sometimes it does. And I took that chance.
So Tony, because a lot of young people on this, they want to get into the entertainment business, and they want to follow different like footsteps. But in your case, what would you tell like the younger version of yourself? Like if somebody was just coming and you had to mentor like a young actor,
yes,
or young person that's coming again, what would you say to them?
I'd first of all say, don't ever look at the final product that you see in the theater and think the industry is that easy. That's why a lot of people get in it, because they see after the person becomes a celebrity and they're making money and they're being chased and all that looks good. But like in anything, the final product always looks good, but nobody's there to see the process. So make sure you love the industry, that you don't mind the process, because the process is what's going to test you to see if you really love the business. I think of I Am Legend for an example. The one scene that we did where the crowd is running to the pier and Will puts his daughter and his wife on the helicopter and the helicopter explodes.
I remember that.
Yeah, that scene right there alone took 7 days.
Wow.
If you're in degrees, like you can look over to Brooklyn, you can see the temperature. It was 9 below.
Ooh. Oh.
It was 9 below. And there was people who were in the business, in it for the wrong reasons, thinking, oh, let me just go on to see Will Smith. It's going to be great to work with Will Smith. But the process took 7 days. And those who really didn't want to be there after 3 days, they didn't show up again.
Wow.
Because it tests you.
Wow.
If you're in degrees, like you can look over to Brooklyn, you can see the temperature. It was 9 below. It was 9 below. And there was people who were in the business, in it for the wrong reason. I'm hearing myself talk back.
I know. Is it a delay, Miguel?
7 days.
Sorry.
And those who really didn't want to be there after 3 days, they didn't show up again.
Wow.
Sorry. There it is.
So go ahead, Tony.
Yeah. So those who really didn't want to be there through the process, they took off and we never seen them again.
Wow.
There were other people who had been there a few days and they tried to sign in and then go home for a while to try to come back when we wrapped. So they were in the business for the wrong reason. Those of us, go ahead.
So Tony, what's crazy about that, I think in anything that looks glamorous, like I just ran into something like this, right? I had this one kid, I'm not gonna say his name. He was with me for like 7 months and he saw the glamour, he saw the glitz. He saw, oh my God, people, yo, Cesar, I saw your videos, Cesar, yo, you doing your thing, oh my God. But when it was hard time, like I'm talking about, we sitting in the car for 10 hours and we don't see nobody. And he's like, I want to go home. I'm like, yo, you saw the final product of all my career, but this is what it took to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the grind time. You know, and that person quit. That person quit because they didn't love the process.
I'm
You hear me, Tom? Yeah. So it's crazy. Miguel, talk to us.
Yeah, I guess I'm not in the industry like you guys. I'm on the tech side of everything. So part of me is thinking, all right, if I was a young person that wanted to deal with the 9-day shoot, how would you tell them to start?
If they were really into it and ready to go,
yeah,
I would tell them there's casting agencies all over the place, but to really find a legit one will always Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a legit one will always book you to come on, without paying. And there's always those fake ones that want you to pay to get booked on a show. You never want to go with them. There's different agencies that'll book you and you'll make the money back, but they won't charge you. And so it's a lot of crooks in the business and you just got to go to the right person.
Wow. So a young actor, right? Let's say your little brother, right? Your little brother, 15, 16, he's memorizing lines. He's like, oh, I want to do this like you, big bro. Like, how would you get him on the shoulder? Like, what would be the step-by-step, like taking your little brother to to becoming what he wants to become in the industry? You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's different legit agencies that will, what do is New York University has students that need to graduate with short films. They're always looking for actors. So you want to build up your film with these short films. They don't charge you. I mean, if you got a certain look or if you can do a short audition, they need actors to get their film approved for graduation. So I would start that way and build up your film and then build up a resume. Then you can go to, there's smaller agencies that can book you on big shows that can get you in the door. And you'll get what's called under five words and below. You know, you can say anything from you know, how you doing or whatever. It's just 5 words and under. Those are smaller parts. Those are to get you on the show. You want to be able to speak on film. So that's the way to get it.
What's the difference as far as what's the difference between, you don't have to say the money, but what's the difference between you being in the background and not saying nothing, or you being in the background and saying something? Like, what is it a world of a difference, or is it like money wise, but you don't have to say how much, but is it a big difference?
Yes, it's a huge difference. Well, they got what's called, there's featured, there's different levels. There's non-union background, which is the low. Then you have union SAG actors background that's not saying anything. Then you have union featured, where you don't say nothing, but the camera's definitely on your face, close up. Then you get the under fives. That's the next level. But there's a difference between featured and under 5. So under 5 is the next step from under 5 is to be a guest starring role.
Wow.
Where you're on for a couple of days where you're speaking. So to get legitimate credits, you want to have under 5 roles. And then from there, you'll get seen enough to be able to book more with the bigger agencies.
So I hear a lot about like SAG, right? What is that? Like, what is being part of a SAG? Like what is a SAG member? What is the whole thing behind SAG? Like, what is that?
Okay, so SAG is a union like any union in New York. Once you're part of a union, you got protection. So every actor that you see on TV is a part of the Screen Actors Guild. Okay. So you cannot be a part of a film unless you're a SAG member.
Oh wow!
What it entails to get that SAG card, that's what I say. That's part of the process, because it takes 3 waivers to get eligible to be in the Screen Actors Guild. Wow. So that's being waived as a SAG actor in either 3 different films or 1 film for 3 days. But a big thing is a lot of people get those 2 waivers, and it takes a long time to get that 3rd one.
Wow.
And that's where you got to be persevered. You got to be persevered to hang in the business, because it can be frustrating. Because what it entails to get that, each film has 25 SAG actors. If one of them doesn't show up,
you got cut off. So one of them to show up. You got left with one of them to show up.
Yeah, it went out on me. But yeah, one SAG member doesn't show up that day, you can be that lucky one that gets put in that spot to get 1 waiver.
Really?
So you gotta go to sets. You gotta go to sets and just hope that somebody doesn't show up.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah,
wow.
It's tough. Wow. The only other way is they see something that they like and they grab you. They can give you a role right there, and you can fulfill all your waivers. It's tough, man.
Wow.
It's tough getting.
So somebody,
and they make it that way.
Somebody could come in there, like let's say I'm that guy. Like everybody's like, oh my God, Cesar's that guy, and they want to put me in a film. They could give me all the waivers if I'm like the lead role. They could give me all the waivers right there.
Yeah. If you get a speaking role, that's the equivalent of getting all three of your waivers.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Other than that, a background SAG actor, they don't fulfill the 25 and they pull one non-union to fill that 25th person, there's a waiver.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they don't make it easy.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's what's up though. I didn't understand, of course I've been around, you a lot. I've been around so many different actors and different people like that. But I love that you're breaking down, because I know there's going to be a lot of people on here that want to get into the business and think they're going to be Will Smith or think they're going to be a big star when they first start. But a lot of these stars had to do all these steps to get to where they're at right now, and so many people don't get it, but some do, some want to know. And right now they're taking notes. Right now they're like, oh, word? Okay, this is what I have to do, and that's why I appreciate you being on the show and giving your knowledge to all the people out there right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know what? It's a little bit easier than it was back in the day because there's so many different cable companies now, and there's a way. They use YouTube and self promotion a lot now, where you can record yourself and send it in, and there's direct casting directors all the time shopping around YouTube and looking at TikTok, those TikTok videos. They look at all that stuff to try to find the next new actor.
Wow.
So there's a lot of resources now to get in. You just got to be perseverance to go out there and do it.
Wow. And that's what Miguel was talking about, a lot of things like this, but not going into the acting, but being on TikTok and making your own brand, like branding yourself. You know what I'm saying?
One of the biggest TikTokers got a Super Bowl commercial this year with Boomer Esiason, because she put herself up on TikTok and then they hired her for this commercial. So she just jumped into a lane just from doing TikTok.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. It's out there, man. If you want to go get it, it's there.
Yep. So closing for you, Tony, what you want to say to the people? Talk to him, Tony.
Oh man, so
we lost him.
Oh my God!
Yeah, tune in next week. Not joking. He's gonna come back.
He's gonna come back.
You might need to give him the link again. Oh, there he can just press it again.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's good to know. Like I didn't know all that. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Show up to sets and hope.
Yo, Tony, let me tell you something about Tony. Tony's been in the game for so long, and just to make things like ends meet, he had to do autographs and get autographs, sell autographs, and do a lot of things, like be around people that's in the industry. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of work, even behind the scenes. And you just got to keep meeting people. You got to keep, it's all about perseverance. You know what I'm saying? And
that story, that's an incredible story. So he started out as an extra, then he got 5 words, then he had a conversation with the hiring manager or whatever, I forgot the name of the guy, and then it changed his situation.
Yep. So. Yeah. Good, Tony.
So Tony, all right. So if you had to give any more advice to a young person who wants to get in the game, what would it be? You hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
I said, if you had any advice for anyone right now that after all this craziness wants to get into the game of acting, what would you say they should do? Their first steps they should do. Okay.
So the first step I would do is there's a place downtown Manhattan called Central Casting. Central Casting has, if you call the number or look it up on the internet, Central Casting has a time during the month. I don't know what the coronavirus now, when they're going to open back up. But Central Casting, once you log on or go on their website, they'll tell you when they're accepting new clients. And you go in there and you sign up, they'll take a headshot of you and they'll put you in their database. And then whenever they'll link you to different shows that are filming in New York, or if you're in California, and when if you're in their database, they'll call you because the show will ask for so many actors, and that way you get yourself in the foot. But let me tell them just something. When you get in there, don't sit with people who want to fool around and just get paid for the day. Pay attention to what the cameramen are doing, what the first and second AD are doing. Watch those guys, because they can tell who's serious about the business and who's just there to try to collect a paycheck, to just do background. And they always go from show to show. That's why you don't want to make one person mad, because that person will be the next person that's working the other show. And if they peg you as a person that fools around too much, they'll get you kicked off the set real fast.
Wow.
No, that's good. That's good advice in anything you want to do, right? Like, if you take it serious, everybody around you sees that, and then you also absorb more of the information. You just are better than everybody else because you're paying attention, and it's very easy to see that. Absolutely.
Yes, Central Casting, New York. That's a great place to start. You get your foot in the door, and then once you get on set, you'll see who's who. There'll be SAG actors there. They'll always give people advice on how to get your SAG card. The SAG rep will come on the show. He'll walk around.
So question, is that in every city around the country, around the world, or is that just in the big cities?
It's mainly in the big cities, but some of these films are going to smaller towns now. Like there's a town called Binghamton, New York. They came up here and did a show, and they asked, if you can travel there. What's good about the little towns is, you get hundreds of people here in the big cities, and people are reluctant to share certain things because they feel like you're trying to jump ahead of them. But when it comes to these smaller towns, if you can jump on and get up here or drive up here or take the bus here and get on set, people are more open to share with you how to get further in the business.
Wow.
But the SAG, there's SAG reps that are assigned to each show, and the SAG rep is there to also help non-union actors get advice on how you become a SAG actor.
Wow.
So one of the people on the YouTube chat is asking, do you think Chicago has that?
Absolutely. Chicago, Washington, D.C., L.A., New York, of course, and even Atlanta is starting to become an up-and-coming place.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta, they got all kind of incentives to make films over there. That's going to probably be one of the hot spots pretty soon.
Yeah, they just opened up the big studio over there.
Tyler Perry Studios?
Yes. Yeah. Huge.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so once you're in that, you're saying pay attention, take it serious, and then what? Try to get to your 5 words? What would you do next?
Yeah, so here's what you do. Once you get in and start asking questions, here's a little nugget that people need to know. Try not to do a whole bunch of background work. Do it. I understand people, if once they get on, if they keep booking you, you definitely want to get your money. But you don't want to get caught up being a background actor, because then they won't take you serious on auditioning for bigger roles. So use background.
They literally typecast you.
They can, yeah. Especially not really the directors, but you get these second ADs, first ADs, background ADs who keep seeing you on different sets, because they travel too. Once the show's over, they're on to the next show too, to try to keep working. But if they keep seeing you on a different show, they peg you as background. So when they want to book a person for a smaller role, they kind of like, oh yeah, I know Cesar, he's always doing background. So you use background for what it is, and then you use it to try to get the doors open for you to audition for something that they have coming in, because they always got smaller speaking parts on these shows.
Amen.
And then,
Thank
all right. So at what point do you try to get an agent then?
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the student films. Do a lot of student films. That's affording you to be a main character. You're getting your voice and your acting ability on film, so you can make a role.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? You can make
Yes.
a tape and put that tape together and send it to these. There's managers and agents are the same thing.
Got it.
They're pretty much the same thing. And if you can get it to a manager, I would try to get to a manager who look like he's booking maybe small roles, but don't try to go after a manager who has Jamie Foxx and Will Smith. They're not going to even think about you because they're too tied up with them. But get a manager who looks like he's booking smaller roles that can do some work for you and get you in the door, and then you're off. And once you get in the door with that, then it's easier for the bigger ones. You be able to pitch to the bigger ones to get in the big doors.
That makes sense.
So Tony, where can people find you? Like Instagram? What, like, are you in the social media world?
Yeah. I mean, Instagram, I haven't been on a lot, but I'm gonna start picking back up. It's Tony L. Joe on Instagram. It's actor Tony Joe on Twitter. If people still
I'm putting it in the chat. I'm putting it in the chat. So you're saying Tony L. Joe, Joe, on Instagram.
Yep.
All right. And then on what? What was the other one?
Do people still use Twitter?
Yeah.
Twitter's good. What is it on Twitter?
It's actor Tony Joe on Twitter.
And Tony Tony, right?
Tony. And then on Facebook it's Tony Joe. And I even have an IMDb page. It's Tony Joe on IMDb.
That was gonna be the next one, because I want people to see the films and how long you've been in the industry and see your resume on there, so they know they talking to the real deal, Holyfield. You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tony, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you,
man.
Brother. Talk to you later, right?
Everybody loves the info. You gave great info. Everybody's happy about that information, and now it's hard to get people that, like you said, that give up this information so they don't feel like people are stepping in front of them.
Okay. So hey, one last thing. I wrote a film called "Where Is Horseheads, New York?" So I'm gonna need.
How do you spell it?
It's a small town up here where I graduated from, and wherever I went.
Go ahead, Tony. Right. Say your thing. Say it.
How you spell it? Horse, Horse?
Yeah, like a horse. Horseheads. Horseheads, New York.
That's the name of the film?
That's the name of the film. That's the name of the town. And Cesar, my daughter's going to be born on April 27th.
God bless.
And we needed a baby. When I first wrote it 2 years ago, we didn't know we were going to get a baby. And we said, it's going to be a SAG film. So any actor that we cast is going to automatically be in the SAG, Screen Actors Guild.
So you need actors.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're going to use my daughter because the movie starts off with a baby being born.
What?
Oh,
so,
congratulations, bro.
Shoot it now.
So Tony needs actors for the film Where Is Horseheads, New York?
Yes, Where Is Horseheads, New York? We should be casting it sometime this summer.
Yeah. All right. And that's why we gave your IG, your Twitter. Tony, you got to be on there, man, because you're going to get a lot of response now.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to be on there because people are going to want to see this and want to be a part of this too and want more information. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what this is going to be all about, helping people get to where they want to get to, and us being the role models that we are. And we're going to help a lot of people during this show that's going to be up to 1 million shows after a while. But, you on show number 2. This is our second show live, Tony, and you're there.
The fans are loving you. The fans are loving you. They're saying congrats about your baby and thanks for the information.
Oh, man, absolutely. I'm sorry I went out so much. It's all part of it.
That's all right, Tony.
So when you get closer to the movie, let's come back on and let's promote.
Yes.
Okay. That's a bet.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Love
you,
you, brother.
Tony.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man. God bless, man.
God bless.
Okay.
Right, so that was cool. There you go.
Guys, that's what we're about.
Yeah. So basically, for the fans, reach out to Cesar, reach out to me about what type of people you want us to bring on here, because that's what we do. We're gonna find people that are gonna help you get the information you don't have.
And my 2 cents in there. And this is what I dreamt about. You know, me and Miguel. That's why we call it the Beyond Celebrity Show, because it's beyond the Will Smiths. It's the Tony Joes, right? Start small and work your way up, right? So Tony Joe, he's in the brink of being a big time star. You know, he didn't want it because he's real modest, but he's in that brink. But he took 15 years. You don't see the 15 years. You know what I'm saying? And now that's why I want to put him on, because I want y'all to see him now. But in like 2-3 years, you're gonna be like, oh, that was Tony Joe. He was on Beyond Celebrity, you know, the Beyond Celebrity Show. He's there. He's about to be there, you know. But it took so many years to get where he's at. And yeah, you know, and we're gonna bring more people like that. We're gonna bring PR people. We're gonna bring people on the brink. You know, we might surprise you one day and get Reed. You know, get Ari. You know,
Let's go.
It's gonna come, but you guys got to be a part of this and keep growing this, so we could bring talent and bring people to you from your homes and keep developing you. You know.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching to the end. Definitely follow everywhere. Cesar, tell them where to follow. And definitely listen to the podcast, the Beyond Celebrity Show, on all podcast networks. Check that out.
Yeah. So this is the live show, and we're gonna put this up on podcast form later. But this is the live show. Definitely 24/7 Paps official. Cesar Possible, Cesar Pena Possible. I make dreams come true. You know, Cesar P Possible. So on TikTok it's Cesar Possible 247, and yeah, just Twitter 24/7 Paps TV. Yeah, let's go.
I'm putting it on. I'm putting it in. So Cesar Possible 247 TikTok. You said.
Yep.
Instagram. It was Cesar Possible
247.
Cesar Possible 247. What else?
24/7 Paps official.
Where the
Right here.
Instagram 24/7
Paps official. And Twitter 24/7 Paps TV. So yeah, love you guys, man. Thank you for joining us on this number 2, the second show, live show. Love you guys.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Peace.